be honest. I don't know how my girl can drive legally. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my God, I got in a car wreck today. I forgot about that. That's a little bit of an exaggeration. I got in a car wreck today, man. Like, again, a little bit of an exaggeration. I was riding my motorcycle and to go play basketball. And on the way back from basketball, there was like this traffic-y red light because, you know, it's traffic hour in Los Angeles. And I'm going in between these cars at this red light, and just the way the car to my right kind of like they like did it like a little, they like twitched. It made me twitch, and so I went, and I fucking boom, punched the side mirror of the car to my left. Just punched that shit. And it like it didn't really hurt. I was like, I didn't think too much of it. It was just like a little tap. And then I looked in my mirror and I saw that shit was not in the position that it needs to be. It was a little bit. It was not in the position it needed to be. So I'm like, so I'm backing it up. And sometimes, I don't know if you know, a mirror, you can actually push it like a little more than it normally goes. So I was like, oh, I'll just push it back. So I just go. And so I go back and I go to do this, and then it just it goes, bring, and it just hangs off a wire. I punched that shit clean off. I checked my hand. I was like, am I hurt? Am I hurt? Because I knocked that shit clean the fuck off. I wasn't. It was I thought it was a light tap. I don't know my own strength, perhaps. Perhaps it was a weak mirror. I don't know. Maybe a mixture of the both. So she rolls down her window. I'm like, I do this. I'm like, roll down the window. So she's talking to me. She's like, do you have like a number? I'm like, how about we like, let's pull it. She's like, okay, we'll pull over. I pull over. All right. Instantly, I think the fact that I pulled over in a bike, because it is the easiest vehicle to escape with. I mean, let's be real. Motorcycles escape police, right? That is a trend of videos on YouTube. Escaping a woman on her way back from work in her Toyota. Come on. I do that in first gear, but I didn't do that. I pulled over. And because I pulled over, it instantly disarmed her. She was like, I was like, I'm sorry about that. She's like, it's all right. It happens. I'm usually worried about hitting you guys. I'm like, hey, can happen both ways. You know, put up these guns. Boom, boom. She's like, do you want to like swap registration? I kept it a stack. I was like, I don't have that shit. That threw her off. She's like, what? I was like, I don't have it. I don't know. It's in my bike. I don't know how to access it. This is true, by the way. There's like a way to lift my seat where there's my documents. I don't know how to do it. You need like a special key. I don't have the fucking key. So I was like, I don't got it. But then like at the same time, I was just like, I'll give you cash. Like, let me give you cash outright. Right? I don't want this to go to the feds, the ops. That's the worst case. They'll increase your insurance. That shit sucks. It's the same key as your ignition key. That actually makes a lot of sense. I've never tried to open it. I never once have done that. So I was like, let's do cash. She's like, yeah, hell yeah. We leave, shake it up, dap up. I think it went great. We swapped numbers. I get home instantly. I get a call, her husband. And I think she had relayed what had happened to her husband, and he was not really buying it. Because he initiates the call, and he's like, this Ludwig. I'm like, yes, sir. It was mispronounced slightly, but yep, that is mostly correct. So you're going to pay for the accident with cash. I was like, yep. He's like, could be a lot of cash. I'm like, not worried about it. I had a great time in Vegas. Let's just say I had a great time in Vegas. He's like, all right. And that broke him instantly. He's like, all right. Okay, cool.
1 week later.
If you guys will remember, I told a story about a week ago where I punched the side mirror on a car clean off. Didn't even feel it. Right? I gave them my number. I said, hey, let's do this Sans insurance, my friend. Please, let me pay you cash money. I have a lot from Las Vegas. I didn't say that, but I do. He goes next morning. I say, hey, I don't want to go with you. I'm busy. Go to the car place. Find out how much it costs. Give me the receipt. He does that. He comes back. He goes, bad news. I'm like, huh? Yeah, so that $200 quote I gave you, that was technically for a mirror that doesn't have a camera in it, and the mirror you knocked off has a camera in it. So it's actually going to be $1,100. Oh, $1,100? Hubba bubba. And I was like, great. Love that. Great. And so we agree to meet. I will say, I don't think I got scammed because he gives me the receipt. And I'm looking through this receipt that the guy gave. And it's like car part, $600. Labor, $300. Paint job, $200. Paint job. And I'm looking at his car, and there's like this little white splotch where he got sideswiped at the bottom. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, oh, you got a white bike, right? I was like, my bike's right there. It's black. I'm like, no. Oh, he's like, we can knock off 200. Instantly, I'm hyped. I'm like, I'll take it. 900 it is, baby. And then you know what? It was actually really worth it because after he's like, let me shake your hand. And he shakes my hand firmly and he goes, I'm glad there's still honest people in the world. It's actually really nice that you pulled over. We really thought that you were going to scam us. And he was like 66 or some shit. He's retired for sure. And I was like, no problem, sir. No problem. Sorry for hitting the shit out of your wife's mirror.